8 alarming signs that you have too much estrogen. Estrogen is one of those hormones you don't think about until there's something wrong. But if you've been experiencing strange symptoms like fatigue, mood swings, and trouble sleeping, it's a good time to give it some thought since too much estrogen could be responsible. Keep watching to learn how an estrogen imbalance can affect your body and what you can do about it. And don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn on notifications to join us on the bright side of life. Before you learn about the symptoms of high estrogen, let's explore what estrogen is and how a person can have too much of it. Estrogen is the primary female hormone responsible for the development and regulation of the reproductive system. It establishes gender characteristics like underarm hair, the growth of breasts, and the menstrual cycle. It's produced primarily by the ovaries, but fat cells and the adrenal gland also play a role. Both men and women have estrogen, but females have much higher levels while men have more testosterone. For females experiencing the menstrual cycle, their estrogen levels will rise and dip throughout the month, which sets off ovulation and periods. Estrogen levels naturally rise during puberty and pregnancy, and they decrease when a woman stops menstruating in menopause. Other than these occasions, estrogen levels should be balanced, but there are several things that could leave you with increased levels. These include your diet. Nowadays, it's not difficult to increase our level of estrogen because it's found in foods that contain toxic pesticides, herbicides, and growth hormones. Be careful when you buy products at the supermarket. Check the description and where your food is produced to ensure you consume the most natural food possible, without any chemicals. Plastic. Plastic bottles and containers are usually produced with dangerous chemicals like bisphenol A, BPA. Dr. Hugh S. Taylor of Yale University says that these chemicals mimic estrogen in the body, and they enter your system as microplastic. According to Dr. Taylor, in tests conducted with mice, BPA caused the mice to develop vaginal abnormalities. Excessive alcohol. If you drink too much alcohol, your liver, which is responsible for metabolizing estrogen, will have a hard time doing its job. You might end up with estrogen dominance. Your body might also produce too much estrogen if you have a heart condition, diabetes, are obese, suffer from high blood pressure, or if you are experiencing heavy stress levels. When a body has too much estrogen, it's called estrogen dominance as this hormone is dominating the others. Now let's look at the signs of high estrogen in women. Pay attention and don't hesitate to visit your doctor if you find something that's disturbing you. If your level of estrogen is high, you might feel potential symptoms like Number 8. Swelling and tenderness in your breasts. Many women feel changes in their breasts during their menstrual cycle and pregnancy because the breasts are very sensitive to hormones. If you experience sore breasts or you notice they're more swollen than usual, this can be due to high estrogen levels. Progesterone, another important hormone released by the ovaries, is usually in charge of preventing estrogen from causing the breast tissue to become overly sensitive. However, if you have estrogen dominance, it means progesterone is taking a back seat. Therefore, your breasts will be painful. Number 7. Mood swings. Estrogen impacts your mental state and emotions. These feelings will be similar to PMS symptoms since estrogen is part of what guides how you feel when your period is about to start. If regular PMS makes you feel depressed, irritable, anxious, and like your emotions are all over the place for no good reason, you can imagine what excessive estrogen can do. The more estrogen you have, the sharper the dips and spikes in your mood. Number 6. Fibrocystic lumps in your breast. Don't panic at the mention of lumps. Fibrocystic lumps are benign and normal to a certain extent. Many women experience them right before their periods. But if your breasts are constantly lumpy, there might be too much estrogen. They can also feel tender or painful. Don't hesitate to go to your doctor immediately if you find lumps in your breast tissue. Number 5. Hair loss. Some hair loss is normal for everybody. According to the American Academy of Dermatology, people lose about 50 to 100 hairs per day. So don't fear if this is you. Too much estrogen is actually good news for women because it leads to a full, thick head of hair. But too much estrogen in men can lead to a hormonal imbalance where there's more estrogen than testosterone, and they can end up shedding more hair than they're comfortable with. Men can also experience stress from hair shedding, which then leads to even more hair loss. Remember that the amount of hair loss also depends on your lifestyle. Number 4. Weight gain. You're not overeating or lying on a couch 24/7. In fact, you're working out and eating well. So why is the scale going up? If you notice that you're getting bigger, particularly in the hip and abdominal area, too much estrogen could be the cause. To make matters even more uncomfortable, you may also suffer from bloating. And of course, as if losing weight wasn't hard enough, packing too much estrogen will make weight loss more difficult, since you'll have to tackle the excess estrogen before you can shed the pounds. Number 3. Irregular menstrual periods. It should be an important sign for a woman when her period has always been on time but suddenly arrives early or late. The menstrual period is carefully ruled by levels of hormones in your body. If there is an imbalance somewhere, your entire menstrual period can become irregular. Besides an early or late arrival, your period itself might also be heavier. You've learned that fat cells have a role in estrogen production. Well, if you've gained weight recently, then the more fat tissue you have, the more estrogen you'll deal with. This can thicken the lining of your uterus and lead to heavier periods. Number 2. Trouble sleeping. Excessive estrogen can also cause sleep problems. You may be too talkative and not able to sleep. Conversely, you may feel sleepy all the time. Pay attention if your sleeping habits have changed suddenly without any compelling reason or change in stress levels. When your estrogen is too high, the hormone progesterone is too low. Progesterone allows you to feel calm and get a good night's rest. When the two hormones are balanced, you get good sleep. When they're not, you feel restless and tired, not just at night, but throughout the day. Number 1. Feelings of fatigue. If you have trouble sleeping, you may feel exhausted all the time, and this is normal. But if you've noticed that you're tired more than usual and your lifestyle hasn't changed, it can be a warning sign that you need to check your hormone levels. When estrogen dominance affects your thyroid, it can lead to feelings of exhaustion. Between the weight gain, mood swings, and trouble sleeping, it's no wonder you'll feel low energy levels. If you suspect high estrogen levels are the cause of your symptoms, what can you do? Love your liver. You learned about the important function of the liver earlier, so taking care of it can help. How can you show your liver some affection? Lay off the booze and watch out for liver disease and fatty liver. Increase your fiber. One of the ways body disposes of excess estrogen is through digestion. So this is another reason why your digestive system needs to be in tip-top shape. And you'll need fiber to keep things in motion. Good sources of fiber are fruits and vegetables like pears, apples, raspberries, zucchini, and carrots. Include nuts, seeds, and whole grain foods as well. If you need a little more help, a fiber supplement will boost your digestion. And if you want something to treat yourself for your efforts, go for dark chocolate, which is also high in fiber. Take medications. There are medications that a doctor can prescribe to make your ovaries stop producing estrogen. Just remember to not self-diagnose or self-medicate. A trip to the doctor's office might be a bit of a chore, but it will give you peace of mind in terms of your diagnosis, allowing you to pursue the best course of treatment. So tell us, Brightsiders, which symptom have you noticed that might be due to estrogen dominance? Let us know in the comments section. Don't forget to give this video a like, share it with your friends, and click subscribe to stay on the bright side.